Okay, guys, so I wasn't gonna do this video as yet, but I just wanted to get it off my mind to make space for some new shit. Kanye West, he's been seen a lot in the media for some time now, and it's time for me to. Well, you see, I said this before. I don't just say because I want to say, but because I'm compelled to say. Kanye West is just a sourpuss. Take what he says seriously, but don't take what he says seriously, if that makes sense. When I talk like this, so contradictory, it is for you to balance shit out. So what he is saying in certain instances are true, but he is trying to make himself. I'm not saying everything he says is true, okay? And I haven't heard half of what he said. I haven't even heard 3/4 of what he said, but I'm just going according to what Spirit says. He's known about everything that's been taking place in the music industry, Hollywood, including his mother's death. Okay? That's why a lot of these, women, even men in the industry who people are coming to and telling, oh, you need to do this surgery, that surgery, they have no idea what they're signing up for. Because in a matter of time, these surgeries that they're doing, they're going to kill them. These surgeries, they might not kill these people instantly, but over time, because there's a saying here in Jamaica, on the same time leaves drop of water, it sink or rotten, meaning that things take time. Okay? Sometimes the repercussions of our actions are not immediate. And that's very scary. It's like karma. Not every karma and not everybody, according to the natal chart, gets karma immediately. Okay? Some people, it's with immediate effect. It's immediately. Some people, it's like months, some years, some, few days. Some, it's just like within the moment you do that shit, you get karma. Okay? Good or bad. So, that being said, it's the same thing with, every other choice and decision we make. Okay? Because karma, is a reward. Karma is tied to a reward. That's that connectivity between Jupiter and Saturn, you perform well, you get good rewards. You perform in a fucked up way, you get fucked up rewards, fucked up karma, okay? But karma can be good or bad, depending on if you're good or bad. And it's the same thing with these surgeries, okay? A lot of these women, they get breast augmentations, BBLs, liposuction, blah blah blah, and sometimes, it's detrimental immediately, but sometimes it's over time that you'll see the ramifications. And these, so-called, I'm gonna say so-called elites, so-called illuminates, who are a part of the so-called Illuminati, which is not the real, true, and authentic Illuminati. Because, like I said, to be an Illuminate, you got to be a holder of the light. You got to understand and know universal law and know truth. Okay, and truth is truth. Okay. So, this is how you have the matrix and you got the spiritual realm, and the matrix is like a carbon copy of the spiritual in terms of the hierarchy system. It is the same thing with the Illuminati. You got the fake Illuminati, you got the real Illuminati, and who you see who are being called celebrities and stars in this matrix are the fake Illuminati. Okay, they form the fake Illuminati. That's why they gotta be sacrificing people. When truthfully and authentically, a true illuminate, a true holder of the light, don't gotta shed blood, whether animal or human. We sacrifice, where our sacrifices comes through our experiences, the preparations that we've been undergoing since before we were even conceived in our parents' womb, because it's lifetime on top of lifetime lessons that are combined. That forms the Akashic record. Okay? So that's our sacrifice. Our sacrifice is not supposed to be blood. The blood is where they try to switch and turn and transform the scripts and try to replace those words authentically celeb stars and who illuminates. Okay, these people, they don't understand shit, and they're so scared. We don't owe Saturn anything. Those of us who are true illuminists, we don't owe Saturn anything. We're not worried about dying after a certain time, because what we are prepared for is for the rest of our lives and the lives after these lives. Okay, for all eternity. These celebrities, you got Rihanna, you got Drake, you got Beyonce, Jay-Z, Kanye, and so many more. They have pledged their lives, and on top of that, sacrificed the lives of those ignorant, oblivious to what was taking place around them. And I said yesterday, that's why Melissa Ford has drifted into the background, because of what she hasn't even discovered quarter of what's really going on. She's discovered a little bit, and she got spooked. On top of feeling betrayed by her so-called best friend Rihanna for stealing her idea to start a fashion line, okay, to build a name for herself. There's something about Rihanna's voice. There's something strange about her voice that Spirit wants me to talk about, but not yet. When I get the full download or sufficient download epiphanies, then I will speak. That's Spirit. Okay, so she also has cancer. Rihanna also has cancer. And let me tell you, Saturn takes your life however it sees best to take your fucking life. And no, you cannot make somebody pay for your crimes, pay for your life. You lived that life, you enjoyed it. You never thought that, the future is now. And nonchalantly, obliviously, ignorantly, ignorantly and arrogantly lived that life, and you boasted in that life. You were a big bitch when you were, living the high life. And, the more you realize that, the time for you to give Satan your life, you start becoming reclusive and scared. And let me tell you, Kanye West, he plays this off completely differently because he is a Gemini. But he's going through it. He has his moments when he's just really quiet and depressed. And then, there's this other side, because, Gemini is a twin sign, where he's just completely the opposite of, being, a hermit or quiet or recluse. He just comes out and he says a whole bunch of shit. And he's trying to go against the system that he supported. Of course, he knew what happened with his mother. He knew what happened to a whole bunch of people. But he was too busy then being a piece of shit and being an asshole and, living the high life, like I said. Now the time for paying for his lot has come, and he's being a bitch about it. That's all there is to know. That's why I said don't take what he's saying seriously, because he's trying to make himself out to seem like a victim, but he's fucking not. He's no more a victim than the people who he's lashing out against. And they're not victims. So therefore he's not a victim. Okay? They're no more of a villain than he is. He's just being a bitch about it. And that's all you guys need to know about Kanye and his whole fiasco and fuckery that he's going on with, and shebang and shenanigans. Okay? He's being a pussy. That's how Gemini men are. Okay? They sign up for shit, and then, when it's time to, accept the tough aspect, the tough lessons, the harsh truth about the shit that they signed up for, they just bitch. They got their moments where they are recluse, but for the most part, they're bitches. And that's that. Okay, so just don't pay me no mind. I said already next year, because a lot of them have signed up, within a certain time span. Okay, within a similar time span. And it's not just that. It's just the age and the time that we're in. And, it doesn't matter if, in some cases, if it was like 8 years ago versus 15 years ago, people who signed up to sell their energies, their souls, their spirits, their souls from like 8 years ago is being caught up with people who signed up like 15 years ago. Because it's not just, the lot of time, but it's about the general time period that we're in and we're under. And a lot of shit's gonna happen next year, concluding 2024. Not really concluding 2024, but I would definitely say not beyond 2024. A lot of shit's gonna happen. We got Pluto entering Aquarius next year. A lot of sudden death and sudden transformations and changes. Okay. The death of a lot of peoples in fashion houses and makeup lines, reputations, just a whole bunch of shit. Like I was saying on one of my TikTok accounts, stop worshiping these fashion brands and these makeup lines and shit, because all of these celebrities that you see before you will be no more. All of them have been involved in pedophilia, in RAPE, in some horrific sadistic BDSM ish, not to mention orgies and all of that shit. I said a bunch of them got AIDS, not just HIV, but AIDS. And Saturn is responsible and in charge of how quickly one dies from that virus. Okay? Yeah. Saturn is responsible for that shit. So, a lot of them got, a lot of them got that, got the virus. A lot of them got cancer, and they think they can escape. You cannot escape from selling your soul, because when that sickness comes, then it is only death afterwards, and you just cannot fucking escape that. There's no money that can save them. It is what it is. A lot of them been trying to take in a lot of people, new artists to sell their souls, and it was just really not necessary, because it's like some of these people, it's like a paradox. It's like some of these people are supposed to be a part of the new system. I wouldn't say the matrix system, but the new system, okay? The true system, something like that. And I feel like they were impatient. They were not patient. And so you had people like Nicki Minaj, Diddy and other, ones who sold their souls, pull these acts in and to have them sell their souls. And they're going to get caught up with Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, Drake, Beyonce, Jay-Z, P. Diddy. They're going to be caught up with all those guys. Whether it was a year that they lived that life for, they're going to get caught up with them. And the thing is, it is so true. Misery does love company. That's why they're doing it. Because they don't want to feel alone. They don't want to feel alone, having to deal with Saturn, Satan, pain, the cost for the high life, for the hype life. They don't want to pay the cost all alone. So they want, as many, to get caught up in the shebang and the shit with them. And that's just what it is. That's why you gotta know. Excuse me. You gotta know your destiny. You got to know, understand frequencies and energies. I'm glad Spirit taught me and showed me. They cannot force a kid, though, to do that. You got to be an adult. Okay? Okay? I'm so glad, though, that I was led by Spirit to understand my destiny so that I would not fall prey to certain shit. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. And that's why knowledge really and truthfully is power. A lot of those people, they were stupid. They didn't know shit. They didn't know. So, I'm gonna leave it there, guys. A lot of shit coming in 2023. That's what I said. Let's look out for it. Namaste.